Well, thanks, team. So it's also Memorial Day. We're at the end of a busy travel weekend, and Delta Airlines said severe weather throughout the country this weekend is partially to blame for the large amount of flight cancellations. Since Friday, the airline has canceled hundreds and hundreds of flights, and its subsidiaries cut a couple hundred more. Kent went to our airport today to find out what that meant here at home and what it's going to mean, perhaps, for the rest of the summer travel season.
Even before this weekend, Delta was warning customers that there could be some advanced cancellations due to the severe weather and other issues. But as of today, Delta is the only airline that's had widespread cancellations, and both customers and experts say that's a pretty big concern for a few reasons. Ticketing and even security lines were a relative breeze early in the day at MSP, but many never made it this far before having their trips derailed by Delta. The carrier canceled roughly 100 flights here since Friday, including 21 today, even before storms rolled in.
That doesn't sound good.
Christine Erickson's Delta flight wasn't canceled, but it was delayed as she made her way to the airport.
I hope I can get out. I need to work.
She says she's been loyal to Delta for years because of its reputation for being on time, but says that's been tested this year.
I would say 9 times out of 10 I've been delayed somewhat. I usually always get a text before, so I know. But once here, then you're stuck. You're at their mercy, especially when you're on the plane. This last flight, I was literally sitting on the plane for 3 hours.
In a statement this weekend, Delta said it was looking to enact any cancellations at least 24 hours in advance, blaming both immediate problems like severe weather and air traffic control, along with long-standing staffing issues and surging demand, which are impacting all carriers.
I think there's no question that this hurts more because it's Delta, because it's an airline that has really built a brand and has built a reputation around being reliable and being on time.
Kyle Potter with ThriftyTraveler.com says it hurts even more here because more than 70% of flights out of MSP are on Delta planes. And prior to the pandemic, this just didn't happen.
I'll put it this way. In the summer of 2019, Delta canceled 738 flights. They have canceled more than that just since Friday. There's only so much that Delta can do to drop the ball the way it has this weekend and the way it has several times throughout the course of the pandemic before that image is going to be severely shaken.
Delta hopes to regain its reputation by trimming back the rest of its summer schedule by roughly 100 departures a day.
They tried to do that ahead of this weekend too, and it didn't work. So I think it really just depends on how much wiggle room they've given themselves and what else goes wrong throughout the course of the summer.
I need to get from point A to point B in order to do my job. So I can't have a flight cancellation. A delay I can deal with.
Unfortunately, Kyle says it's something all passengers will likely be dealing with for months to come.
The overarching problem that caused this meltdown with Delta this past weekend is going to apply throughout the rest of the summer. There's not enough people, running the airlines right now to get all of the planes that passengers want to be on and off the ground. So, people are going to have to be on their toes. I would hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
Well, if you have travel plans later this summer or if you're considering them, Kyle says it's very important to know your rights in case you end up on a weekend like this with many cancellations or extensive delays. For all of those tips, you can go to our website, KARE11.com, and look for this story. Jana?